Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now today's video is going to be on Rauora. Now, the idea with Rauora is that typically she's going to be an operator that you're going to be using in a team setting. However, there is a couple solo queue like plays that you do actually have the option for when you do use this operator. Now keep in mind, this is actually going to be pre-Siege X season, so the good thing, though, about this video is that a lot of the maps in this video are going to be taking place on maps that aren't even reworked anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. Now, we're going to actually go for a play here where we're going to go ahead and Rauora Gate Samurai off. This allows us to jump into Office to make a flank play for this mute right here, and then we're going to go ahead and swing aggressively to kill Doc for top house. I got audio for him, and then the last one of his positions is going to be Clash. He's going to go ahead and take his shield out and put it on his back, and he's going to swing me aggressively. I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively with my machine pistol and get myself a free kill to secure the round. Now, typically when you're playing Rauora, you pretty much have like two basic options when it comes to when you're going to be using your Rauora gates. Now, the first option that I usually do when I play Rauora, and I'm just kind of like not really sure what I'm going to go for yet, is I try to use her as like a flank watch if possible. Now we're going to be on layer here, so there's not really going to be that many places for like an actual flank watch place, but like for example on like border, you could like barricade like top east door, maybe the balcony door, maybe that way you can get some kind of play where the enemy team can't actually actively push you from behind. Now the other play is going to be to block off lines of sights. Now when you do lines of sights with Rauora, the thing that is important to understand is that you need to make sure that the enemy team doesn't have the ability to just shoot it open whenever they want and then just swing out on you, and you're going to have like your back turn, for example. So preferably when you use the Rauora gate, you want to use it in a way where you are going to be passing by it right away, so they can't just open it up right away unless they use some kind of like utility for it, or you are placing them down in a way where you're able to get past whatever location you're trying to cross right away, so that way you can go for your ultimate play that you're going to be trying to go for. Now right here, the play that I'm looking for on layer for the top floor here is I'm trying to block off this top mez door. This is actually going to open up a play where I can walk down top mezzanine from operational to swing for display hallway here, and the reason why this is important is because I'm going to go ahead and get one first pick here for a Legion I was playing very passive and get myself a very easy kill. That guy was actually using Legion shotgun, so the fact that he was just sitting there is kind of funny. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and just double punch down this castle for display. We're going to walk down display here, and I'm just going to go ahead and swing aggressively for the server head holes. I'm going to expect this warden to be here and get myself a free kill for him, putting us into a nice 2v2 position. And in this type of position, what I need to do is I need to look for the last two. Right here, I actually get audio that there's one guy below me in this position, so I'm going to go ahead and drop, and I'm actually going to kill somebody that was playing below. I think he was looking for a play where he was going to look up the hatch, and so when I dropped right there, I was able to just locate him right away and get myself a free kill into him. Now we're in a nice 2v1 position. The last guy in this position is actually going to be playing the diffuser here, so what I need to do in this position is I need to double down on my teammate here. My teammate's actually going to make a really good play here where he's going to prone on his doorway to swing it, so that way I can swing aggressively as well, and we can basically like 2v1 this last guy with his shotgun and get ourselves a very easy kill to secure the round. But now, Rauora actually has a strat where I didn't actually get any footage of me actually doing it, but there's a strat where you play on Cafe right now, and you rappel onto the cocktail like windows, or so. Long story short, the idea is like you're doing like a rush plan basically, where you're blocking off the freezer double door, and you're essentially having your team like Ying, Grim, Gridlock, whatever, and you're basically jumping into rappel into the window and then planting. And unfortunately, I don't have any footage of it, but I wanted to at least bring it up because I know a couple other content creators, like Pengu, for example, did that push, and I wanted to bring it up because I do feel like it's another good option as well. Rauora, I feel like, is an operator where she's primarily going to be good with some kind of strategy in your mind, so I'd highly recommend that when you are in a stack and you're wanting to play with your teammates, that you know what I mean, you find like some kind of like opportunity with your team or some kind of strategy, you build it with your teammates. So next up though, we're going to be over on Outback here. Now this was the round that I was talking about where I'm going to be using the Rauora gate as like mostly like a flank walk. So you're gonna see here, I'm gonna go ahead and just Rauora gate my piano here. The reason why I do this is that it's gonna be more likely for someone to be roaming by piano side in this position. So I'm gonna go ahead and just block that off because it's gonna basically prevent the enemy team from hitting a very easy flank for me. And then right here, I'm gonna go and get Vigil scans for Vigil being inside a grill. I'm gonna swing aggressively with my LMG here and get myself a free kill for Vigil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just walk my way into Picnic here to top Shark. And I'm gonna go ahead and start swinging aggressively for Sight here. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because there's not really anybody actively challenging me for this side of the map. So it's a very easy walk up for me. I'm gonna be able to get myself a free kill for Castle in this position. I'm gonna go ahead and break the barbed wire. This is gonna lure out another guy to try to refrag me. And then right here, my plan was to Rauora gate this doorway to trap this bandit and connector. However, he just straight up ego challenged me, so I had to just run past with my gate in my hand and then just go ahead and block off the other connector door. And then as I do that, I'm like, you know what, it'd probably be better in this position to just rotate to Bull and just swing him aggressively from Bull, because it's very likely that he's going to rotate into me. So I go ahead and swing him aggressively on Bull to secure the round. However, for example, if that bandit didn't swing me right then and there, I could just block off his connector door. That would give me party room, and then it would pretty much be GG's from there. We just double hold cross for connector, and it's GG's on the spot. Next up, we're going to be on Cosine here. Now, this is once again another application of using Rauora as like a flank watch operator. We're going to go ahead and Rauora gate the double door. Like I said, the main reason why this is better than just leaving it as a barricade is because of the fact that when a defender shoots the Rauora gate, it takes a lot longer for it to open rather than an attacker opening it. And then as well as that is like if one of my attackers wanted to enter from lobby, they'd be able to open it up very quickly versus a barricade. So it's just like one of those things where it's like typically it's just going to be better. Now, what the enemy team is doing for this round and the thing, like the setup that they're going for, is they basically have a mirror setup for 90 in this position as well as Castle to defend for Billiards here. Now they do set it up wrong here in this position because they're going to go ahead and barricade off luggage, which actually opens up a play for me to hop breach into 90 in this position. And luckily this Castle also hears me, so he tries to wallbang me while I'm repelling in, and I'm going to go ahead and just repel in, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit, get a free kill into him with my machine pistol in this position. And all I really have to do in this position is just go ahead and take control of the 90 hallway and rotate into VIP. I'm going to go ahead and Rauora gate the Billiards double door as well as the 90 double door right here. And this is going to basically open up a play for our team in this position to go for a plant behind the bed here. And since I have an LMG, I'm going to be able to actually just spray through the bed right here and basically wall bang to make sure that nobody can push up. But I know in this position, the only real way for the enemy team to win is for them to flank us through 90. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rotate my button to 90 here. One guy's going to try to flank through Billiards, and then another guy's going to flank through 90 in this position, the Warden. Unfortunately, I'm going to end up losing the gunfight because he has the SMG-12. Now, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like I should have won that gunfight even with him having the SMG-12 and me using the machine pistol. However, it didn't really matter. One of my teammates is going to go ahead and pick him off, and we're going to go ahead and secure the round right there. The next up, we're going to go ahead and I want to show you guys a play where you have when the enemy team goes for like impacts, basically, like where they just continuously impact your Rauora gate. The idea is that you're going to try to make them comfortable with the fact that they're able to break the Rauora gates. Does that make sense? And basically on the third one that you go to place down, instead of actually putting one down, you're going to swing it aggressively, because what the enemy team is going to do is they're going to try to stop you since they're not going to have any more impacts left. So right here, I'm going to put down Rauora gate for hookah door. They're going to go ahead and impact it, and then since they impacted it, I'm going to go ahead and put another one down, and in response to that, this guy's going to once again impact it again. But since he doesn't have another impact now, I'm just going to go ahead and wide swing aggressively to pre-fire and get myself a very easy kill into him and basically just outsmart him on the spot. I think it's really important to note there that since the Malusi is ego challenging me there, like the reason why he's ego challenging me is because he used both of his impacts to try to prevent me from putting down another barrier on the hookah doorway. But since he used both of them, that means the only likelihood way of him stopping me from putting one on that doorway is for him to actively challenge me. That's the reason why he's peeking in that position. That's the reason why I'm swinging aggressively after my second Rauora gate gets destroyed in that position. Next up, we're going to be on Chalet here. I have another interesting play I wanted to share with you guys. So right here, there's going to be a bandit that jumps out my library here. I don't know what he's doing, but he gives me a free kill to start the round. So the play that I'm going to be doing here, guys, is I'm going to once again, I'm going to be kind of using Rauora as kind of like a flank watch, but also as a deterrent for the site, if that makes sense. So the idea that I'm going to go for here is that I'm basically joining out for library or top mez, making sure it's all clear. I'm going to go ahead and jump in here, and the idea that I'm looking for here is that I'm going to go ahead and Rauora gate for the piano double door. Now the main reason why I wanted to do this in the first place is because a lot of people tend to basically swing out from piano to challenge mez if nobody watches it. However, you put a Rauora gate there, what ends up happening is that now the enemy team is going to have to make noise to actually make a play through the piano double doors. So that's the main reason why I'm going for this Rauora gate play. Now, the next play that I go for in this position here is I'm going to be looking for a cheeky kill for K9 here. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get one here. However, the one thing that I did want to bring up is that since I did put a Rauora gate on the piano double door in this position, it actually opens up a world where my teammates can go ahead and open up through the half wall here, and they can get onto half wall for like default plants. Now right here we didn't actually have diffuser. However, if we were like a coordinated stack, this would actually be a nice little opportunity to walk into default here, because all you would have to do is swing for master to be able to get on into the default position. But right here I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively into site here. There's going to be a guy in piano, one of my teammates is going to go ahead and kill him, and the last guy's going to be a master. We're going to swing aggressive with our machine pistol for the close range gunfight and get ourselves a free kill to secure the round right there after we do the entry play with Rauora. Typically, when you're using Rauora, guys, the one thing I want you guys to understand is that the LMG, you're going to be using ACOG with it. Now, typically, I put a laser sight on it just so that way ADS is a little bit faster. And then I do actually have angled grip on. Now, I'm not sure if you guys want to have angled grip up on in the new season for Siege X here. And the reason why is because, I don't know why, but my recoil control has felt a lot worse ever since Siege X has come out. I might just need to hit like the shooting range or something to just get me back into the swing of things, but I wanted to bring that up. So maybe not use the angled grip, but it is nice to be able to reload your LMG a little bit faster than you usually would. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up was with the machine pistol, I do highly recommend to use it when you're using or when you're about to take a close range gunfight, because the main reason why right now with close range gunfights, a lot of people are going to be using like SMG-12, SMG-11, that type of thing. So I'd highly recommend to bust out the SMG-12 or your machine pistol whenever you're going to be playing against like an SMG-12 player or anybody else on defense who has some kind of SMG, because it's probably going to be a lot better than using the LMG in a close range setting. But anyway, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for today's Rauora video. I'm going to go ahead and end it off here with a couple extra clips with Rauora here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!
The diffuser is no longer in your possession. Friendly, last operator standing. Last stop standing. Seconds remaining.
Panel deployed. Claymore gold.